Hi everyone, welcome back to this week's Mindset Shift. How are you? How was your week? Did you take big steps or little steps or no steps? Sometimes we need to rest, right? And when we rest and recharge, then we can take bigger steps the next day. All right. So today we are going to continue talking about being on this path and what is the most important part of the path? Is it where we're headed or is it what's happening along the way? What do you think? Well, I'm going to fill you in. It has been my experience, and I've heard from quite a few others, that guess what is the real power in all of this? It starts with a P. It ends with an S. Progress. What is progress? Progress simply is moving in the direction that you want more of. And that's really what we try to talk about each week is what are the things that you want more of and what are the things that you want less of? And so the other word today is called detach. Detach means simply to separate. So what do these two words have to do with you and how you're going to get to the end of your year? So essentially you do have a destination, but the most important part is that progress toward the destination and being flexible with what that looks like and being patient with yourself along the way. So this week I was able to work with a student who was having some troubles and they weren't sure how to get to the destination and land there how they wanted to. And so we needed to figure out maybe what a new path was that they could have taken. So that's one idea for you about how you can look at progress and say to yourself, how can I focus more on the progress that I'm making instead of get worried about the destination? Because guess what? When you focus on the progress and actually making progress, that's how you get to the destination. So instead of getting overwhelmed by where you think you have to be, and whether that's an idea in your head or it's a physical place that you think you're supposed to get to or a certain event is supposed to look a certain way, I really want you to step back and I want you to think, how can I make progress this week? And so all progress is, again, is just motion or movement towards something you want instead of something you don't want. And so what is something you want more of this week? And so there could be a couple of ideas, right? I want to spend more time with my friends, or I want to get these 3 assignments done this week. And really the idea of progress is just deciding when and where can I do those things, or how can I initiate those things? If I want to reach out to somebody, when will I call that person? Or when will I let my teacher know that I can turn in this assignment? When is it due, right? Progress gives us pointers and markers. And so all throughout your year, you have different progress reports. And all that really is telling you is where you're at on the map, right? From where you are to where you want to go. Where did you land on your map? Okay. So that's number 1 is progress. Just figure out some ways that you can put into motion small steps that keep you in the direction that you want to go into. And so again, some ideas are, I could read 1 page. I could answer 4 questions. And sometimes that smaller the progress, the bigger the momentum that will happen along the way. Okay, and the second thing I promised was detach. And how does this have to do with progress? Well, detach is all about choosing to separate yourself from the things that you don't want more of. And so that really means, what do I need to let go of? Do I need to let go of a certain idea that is really not working out and it just makes me feel overwhelmed when I think about it? And maybe I just need to allow myself to look around me and see what I have right here, right now, and be happy with it instead of comparing to something else or thinking I'm supposed to be somewhere else. Okay, so that's the power of presence, really, and you get that by detaching and letting go of something. And something else you could let go of, maybe sometimes you have to let go of a friend, right? Sometimes there's a friend that's not being very nice and they're not helping you out. And so that might be something you have to think about letting go of as well. And so asking yourself, who am I surrounding myself with? And are these people helpful and supportive? Or are they hurting my feelings and making me feel bad? And so maybe just taking some space away from that person if they're not leading you into the direction that you know you want to go. So those are two ways you can detach. You can detach from an idea that you had in your mind, or you can detach from a person that might not be very helpful to you right now. All right. So in review, I wish and hope for you this week that you can make some progress. So in order to do that, maybe you could write down two things, just two things that are going to get you closer to where you want to go. And the second part, what is one thing that you can detach from, or one idea that you could let go of that would actually give you more energy and not leave you feeling like you're just not measuring up? Sometimes we have these ideas in our mind and we think that we have to meet them, and really they just hold us back because they make us feel bad. So maybe we can just let go of an idea or a thought that does not help us and replace it with a thought that gives us progress, because progress is what true power really is. I hope you have a great week, everyone.